Okay. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than what I've previously been doing. I've been getting a lot of comments and DMs on Instagram about kind of showing my fitness routine and what I do to stay healthy and fit and things like that. And so I kind of wanted to do a spin-off of that and do a video on how I have gotten and maintain a flat stomach. I'm very big into like an active lifestyle. I necessarily don't go to the gym every single day, by no means. I am on the dance dog team here at the University of Georgia, so during in season I do stay a little more in shape than off of season. When I'm off of season I like to just have like a very active lifestyle. I don't feel necessary to be like, I need to go to the gym 6 days out of the week and do this many miles on the treadmill. Like, I think it's all about balance. I like to keep things very active. I don't like to lay around. I like to always be doing something, and yeah, I just feel like that kind of helps. And then working out here and there is also a bonus. That was off topic, but I just did some note cards because I didn't want to go on a rant. I could talk about this for like probably an hour. I'm sure you don't want to listen to an hour-long video about this. So I broke it up into 3 topics, and then I have like kind of little things off of that. So the first one is it's all about what you put into your body. So if you're putting in a bunch of junk food every day but then going to the gym for an hour and a half just completely burning yourself out and you're not seeing any results, it's because what you're putting into your body is reflecting on the outside. It's all about what you put in is what you're gonna get out. So I used to be signed with a modeling agency, and my agent would always tell me it's 70% what you eat and 30% in the gym. So if I'm eating McDonald's for breakfast, Chick-fil-A for lunch, like, and then have a green salad for dinner, like that green salad's great, but the previous meals are not reflecting. Secondly, going off of that, I have just the word vegetables. It's all about your greens. If you're not getting greens in every day, then you're not really giving your body the minerals and nutrients that your body needs to. So greens have a lot of benefits. I actually just wrote them on my phone. I probably should have done it all in the same, but you know, it's fine. Greens, they're packed with vitamins and minerals and fiber. They're low in calories, so that's also a plus. I never count my calories. If you're someone who does, I highly recommend that you stop, because you're basically just eating yourself alive. You need to just focus on living a healthy lifestyle and eating healthy, because counting your calories is gonna make you go crazy. Greens also help with like high blood pressure, fighting off heart disease, things like that. And it's just like, you just need greens. Okay, so yeah, you need your greens. I mean, I don't know what else anyone can say besides, I always try to think of it as having over half of my plate be greens. So if I wanted to have a big like seasoned chicken breast, but I also am gonna have salad with maybe broccoli as well. So I have the greens from the salad and the broccoli, and then I'm getting protein from chicken. But like, it doesn't have to be boring. You can also get greens in with like a big salad with a bunch of toppings that you love. It's kind of just switching it up and learning to make your healthy foods, your healthy basic foods, interesting. Because bringing me to my next topic, I have switching it up so it doesn't get boring or you don't get sick of it. So you don't want to be the type of person that's like, okay, I'm gonna eat healthy this week, and you go to the store and you buy broccoli and chicken breast, and every meal you have broccoli and chicken breast. Like, you're gonna get sick of that by the end of the week, and you're not gonna want that anymore. So I think it's really important just to switch it up. There's so many spices and seasonings and combinations you can make with greens and healthy types of foods. It's like limitless. I mean, we have the advantage these days of like social media. There's so many recipes on Pinterest, on Instagram these days, blog posts, I mean, even cookbooks out in bookstores and stuff like that. There's so many recipes that you could go off of and like kind of alter it to make it how you like it. Maybe instead of using this, you use that you really prefer. I think it's really just all about knowing what you like, knowing your body, things like that. Wrapping up the first topic, it's all about what you are putting into your body, and that's gonna show on the outside. Also, if you're putting in like a Big Mac every afternoon, that's gonna bloat your stomach, and you're not gonna have a flat stomach like you want. It's just like not gonna happen. Like, sometimes, I mean, I'm not perfect and I do have cheat days, don't get me wrong. Like, I do not eat healthy 100% of the time. I try to do like an 85-15, because if you don't, you're gonna make yourself go crazy. If you're like, I'm just gonna eat this, like, you need to have more options or you get bored and sick of it. So that's wrapping that up. The next topic I have is water. So I just put this in its own category because I always knew that water was important, but I never knew exactly how important it was until kind kind of being a little more active and realizing that like I felt dehydrated. I've been on the dance team for a year, and I remember last 2 days we had, which is where you have practice in the morning from like 5 a.m. to like 10, and then you go back at night and have a whole nother practice. My body was getting so run down, and it's just really important because water is like, there's so many health benefits of water, and your body literally needs water. So if you're going through the day and it's nighttime and you realize you've only drinking half of a bottle of water, you need to probably change something, because I get not everyone likes water, but there's things that you can put in it and things like that. But your body, it's like a very natural thing. Some of water's benefits are it just flushes out your body, which is nice, because if you had like a cheat meal the night before and the next day you drink a ton of water, that's really gonna help what's going on with my voice, that's really gonna help flush out all the bad, and so that will be, I mean, it's just a lot better. Also, water is helpful for weight loss, which is probably why you clicked on this video, because you thought I was gonna tell you how to lose weight. But if you're drinking a lot of water, then you're gonna flush bad stuff out, and it's gonna lead to weight loss. And then also, if you're staying really hydrated, and then when you go into the gym, that's gonna give you your best performance. Like, you don't want to go into the gym on an empty stomach with no water in your body and you're very dehydrated. If you do, you're not going to be able to perform really well, and you might like pass out or something, because water is really important. So you're supposed to drink 3 liters of water a day. I always try to keep like a water around me at all times. I know like the Hydro Flask is really popular right now. I actually have one in white. I don't know where it is at this minute, but then sometimes when I go to the grocery store, I'll just buy a huge liter and try to drink it. So this one I've had today, it's 1.5 liters. So I've already drinking this much this morning, and so I'll have to drink 1 more of these a day. And it just like, by the end of the day, it's also like kind of fun to me at least, to get yourself like, it's like kind of competitive. Like, you're like, okay, I need to drink this much water. Obviously, if you drink too much water, it's not good for your body, but there's like a happy medium. So just kind of do what your body says. Yes, you'll pee a lot if you drink a lot of water a day, which is the downfall, but it also feels good because you're flushing everything bad out, like I previously said. So water is really important. I can't stress it enough. I used to not love water. I've learned to put like lemons and limes in my water, which has really helped. It's really refreshing, and now I like find that I'm like craving cold water at times, and then sometimes I just crave room temperature water like this. So yeah, water is super important and it really helps. So then I just did exercise. So first was diet. Diet is most important, and then water was kind of off of the whole diet thing, and now I'll talk about exercise. So I'm not someone who goes in the gym every day and kills myself over it. Like I previously said, out of high school, I actually signed with a modeling agency, and I wasn't in college at all. I took a year off of school, and I was so into losing weight, because that's what my agency kept telling me to do. Modeling world is kind of messed up. Side note, I was going to the gym twice a day. I was going every morning, and then I would go back at night. I was barely eating. I was eating like rice crackers and like celery and stuff that was like, it didn't even make sense. Now looking back at it, I feel so dumb that I even did that. But I was losing weight, but not in the healthy way. Like, I wasn't getting the minerals and nutrients that I needed. And so I just want to say, like, you don't need to do that to your body, because you're really just running your body down, and it's not. Like, I would go to the gym until like 11 o'clock at night, and then the next morning go back at 8, and like I wasn't even getting 8 hours of sleep. And sleep is super important, because that's how your body is healing. Your body needs food and meals to heal from after working out. You've just killed your body and your muscles, and it needs to be replenished. It needs water once you're done. It needs water while you're working out. It needs minerals. It needs nutrients. Like, your body needs a lot of things, and a lot of people, I think, just think, oh, I'm just gonna lose weight, so I'm gonna barely eat today. Like, that's not how it works. Your body is like yours, and you don't want to mess it up. So you want to make sure that what you're putting in and what you're putting out is like good stuff for it. Yeah, so it's just about exercise. What I like to do is I try to go at least 3 to 4 times a week. So I don't kill myself normally over the weekends. Unless I have a chill weekend, I don't go exercise. When I do go exercise, I focus on one thing. Sometimes I'll just walk on the treadmill at an incline. Sometimes I'll run 2 miles on the treadmill. It's really just about how I'm feeling that day. Sometimes I'll do a killer ab workout and then leave and not even do any cardio. It's all about knowing you and how you feel in your body. I, for a while, was doing Orange Theory, and I really did like it, but I felt like it was really hard on my body. It was really intense, and I just didn't really need that type of workout. So I recently have stopped doing that. But it's just, like I said, everyone's different, and it's different for everybody. So yeah, just make sure that you are doing things that you feel like are great, and if you're not seeing a result, maybe then switch it up, or maybe switch up your lunches or dinners. I know that you're not supposed to eat past 7 o'clock. I'm really bad at this one, and I want to try to be better, but if you're eating at like 10 o'clock and then you immediately just go to bed, all that food that you just ate, especially if it's an unhealthy meal, is just sitting in your stomach, and you definitely don't want that. That kind of leads me, so I'm still into like the little exercise category, but I have eating before 7, because if you have an 8 to 5 job, right on 5 you start to work out, and then you come home, eat dinner, and then go to sleep, or hang out for a little bit and then go to sleep. It's probably better than eating at 10 o'clock and then just going right to bed. And then also I have walking after you eat. So I guess I should have put all these in the first category, so I'm so sorry if this is all over the place. I recently have tried to start doing this, so after I eat, I'll try to walk it off, is kind of like what I would call it. I try to walk after I'm done eating, because you know how like after you're done eating, sometimes, I mean, depending on the meal, you feel a little bit bloated, maybe you don't, and you just want to like do something. I try to walk, so even if it's just like around the block or something, I'm not saying like a mile or 2 after dinner, but like if you live in a neighborhood or like in a little town, like just walking down the block and then back, you'll really feel a big difference in your stomach after, because all that food is getting kind of moved around and not just stuck sitting there, and then like you laying on the couch watching Bachelor for 2 hours, which is what I've recently been doing. So also I have checking the ingredients on your food as the last topic. So you don't have to be like super crazy about this, but it definitely does help. I've recently just gotten into like checking the ingredients before I buy everything. So if you're like going and you're like, ooh, I'm gonna get a bunch of healthy granola bars for breakfast every morning, and you get like a Nature Valley bar or something, like, I don't know, some Fiber One bar or something, and then you go look at the ingredients, there's like tons of added ingredients that I most of the time can't even pronounce, a ton of added sugars, things that you don't even know would be in a granola bar, and then it kind of defeats the purpose of you even eating that granola bar to be healthy per se. Just make sure that you're checking the ingredients. I know that it can be hard and stuff, but like if you're like, ooh, I'm gonna eat chicken and broccoli from the, you know how like they have the frozen food sections, and you're like, ooh, this is chicken and broccoli, like this looks super healthy, I'll eat it. And I get everyone doesn't have time to cook a meal, but there's also like meal prepping and all of that. If you go check the ingredients and it's like all this sodium and like added ingredients, like stuff that you literally can't even say, or at least I can't, it kind of defeats the purpose of eating chicken and broccoli when you could just like meal prep it the week before and then have it, or not even that you have to have chicken broccoli. I'm just using that because it's on the top of my head, I don't know why, but it's all about just balance, checking your ingredients, making sure you have enough of something, not enough of, like, you know, it's just like about what is best for you and your body. I think that's everything that I have. Like I said, it's 70-30. It's really about what you're eating. That's what is gonna make your stomach flat and make you feel your best self from within. I think people's beauty and like their body and how they look and how they carry themselves really does come from within. People who, you can just tell people who are living a very healthy lifestyle and they just have a glow, and you can just tell that they feel very healthy and satisfied, I guess would be a good word. I know when I was trying to diet and all that crazy stuff that I mentioned earlier that was not healthy for me, I never really felt satisfied with my meals, and I just kept wanting more and more. And nowadays I find I mix things up and I make my meals more interesting, and at the end I'm like, oh, I'm satisfied. Sometimes I don't even need a dessert, and Lord knows I'm the biggest sweet tooth girl in the world. Like I always have to have a dessert after like basically every meal except breakfast. But it's just all about balance. I don't like to say you can't have this or you can't do this, because then that will just make you go crazy. So it really is all about knowing you and yourself. I wouldn't necessarily focus on, oh, I need to have a six-pack, because that's just like not realistic. Some people are able and capable to have a six-pack, and some people just could have the flattest stomach and the tiniest waist but will never have a six-pack. It's just everyone's different. God made everybody different. Yeah, I think that is all I have to say about that. If you enjoyed this type of video or want to see any other types of tips and tricks that I have about like fitness and things like that, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I've been posting a lot lately and would love for you guys to follow along on that. What else? Yeah, and I just want to say like really quick before I go, like I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, I need to do exactly what Rachel's doing, or like you see all these Instagram models and you're like, I need to do exactly what they're doing, like they look great. Like that's on Instagram. You don't even know how they're living their like inner non-social media life. They could be doing it very unhealthily, and it's just like you don't know. So don't kill yourself over social media and things like that. Just focus on you. Try not to compare. I know like we're girls, unless you're a boy watching this, then hey, that's awesome. we kill ourselves over trying to be somebody else and focusing on other people, and it's like you really just need to focus on yourself, because you're not ever going to be satisfied with trying to compare and compete to be like somebody else, because I did that for the longest time and it was not healthy. Trying to compare yourself to other people will never be healthy, and it's just like, I know it's hard to get past and things like that, but you just really need to try to focus on being your best self and living your best life, because that will keep you satisfied. And just wanted to say thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.